Hey there, YouTube. We're going to go through your comments on the 2500 round update on this Atlas Titan. I think the comments are pretty good, what I've seen. I'm now a shill sellout, which is cool. Um, yeah, and apparently I need to get a different Magwell. So let's go through the comments and see what you guys have to say. I pinned one to the top as I talk through this gun, and you say the check from Atlas cleared. That's the top comment. I pinned it up there. I think it's awesome. No, to be honest, the money is flowing the other direction. Now, other companies give me stuff, stuff that I might really like. Like ADM gave me a rifle, and it was like, this rifle's the balls, man. Like, it's great. Now, I could buy one if I wanted. Probably will buy another one, but they did give me that one, and I talk nice about it. Other people give me products that I do not talk nice about. That has also happened. Um, yeah, but that's always what people are going to say. That's fine. If Atlas wants to send me checks or send me guns, or anybody wants to send me checks or guns, I'm happy to take it. But I'm still gonna I'm gonna talk mad shit either way because that's what I like to do. Working our way down, dude. I gotta be honest. I've always seen your name come up in the best shooters in the world, and whatever I would see about you was arrogant and blah blah whatever. I started watching your channel. I really enjoy your personality and expertise. I love how raw and honest you are. It's so refreshing when I compare it to all of the other people who talk about guns on YouTube who seem to try way too hard not to piss off any gun companies. Well, um, I respect the hustle for like the proper gun tuber people where the game for them is people send them stuff, don't charge them usually or then they do the review and then kind of the it's not usually an explicit thing, but it's a kind of an unspoken thing. If they talk nice about one thing, then people will send them another thing. And the hope is that, well, they'll talk nice about that too. And if you are mean about the guns or whatever they send you, well, they're just not going to send you more stuff. And that's the way it goes for most people. So I was like, I don't hate those guys, but I see what those guys are doing. And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Following up on that, one guy said, you definitely make enemies by telling the truth, unfortunately. I mean, obviously, yes. I mean, telling the truth as you see it or having an opinion or whatever, that can make people unhappy. It's just a fact of life. Another one, the great thing about not being beholden to anyone, Ben has enough money to piss off everyone. Um, I don't know about that, but I'm okay that I'm not afraid. I'm not going to lose my livelihood, talking bad about a gun, or I'm not like burning a relationship that is going to matter to me. And if somebody like if the Atlas people like really have a problem with something I'm saying about the gun, like, oh, these guys being awful. I mean, I don't want that, but it wouldn't be too bad for me. It'd be okay. It was a little weird going to the staccato booth at Shot, but I still showed up. I don't think they're too happy about some of the things I've said. But I told him I think it was the owner. I was just like, I think I've sold a lot of staccatos, and I do think that's true. Yes, the other way to look at it is if you have fuck you money, there's, it's kind of silly not to say fuck you to people, at least sometimes when you feel like it. Okay, another comment. The platypus did this in a cave with a box of scraps. Little Iron Man reference there, 2008. Man, Robert Downey Jr. That was his summer of love. Tropic Thunder and Iron Man in the same year. Pretty good reference, but if you've handled a platypus, I don't. It's just not. It's not the same quality as this. It's not. I mean, it's Cerakoted for fuck's sake. All right, another one. Ben Soft Hand Steger. Like, yes, that's me. Now, a little bit in my defense, I'd been on vacation, not shooting for a couple of weeks. You know, I mean, making a point of not shooting. I wasn't looking to shoot. I was just like, I need to get off a shooting range for a while because it's been a couple years since I like really took a break. So, yes, my hands softened up a little bit, and you guys can call me a pussy if you want. I mean, many of you will. That's fine. All right. As the aforementioned fanboy from a few videos ago, it feels so good to hear Ben validate my incineration of money. It's interesting that you made the comment about the curved trigger. I've shot an XC with a flat Atlas trigger bow installed, and I found I prefer the feel of the medium curved trigger on my Titan. The Magwell feed issue is also a thing. Atlas has a larger, goofy looking Magwell that you can buy. Not sure if it solves the issue or only serves to make the firearm look dumb. But if a shooter is high profile, so you were to provide them feedback, maybe add them in a team, roll out a better internal geometry for the tactical Magwell. Well, okay. To me, the issue is not, it's not the Magwell itself. Like, I'm happy with this Magwell. This does the Magwell things. It gives me enough like margin for error. I'm not missing reloads with this, right? It's inside. It's the bevel inside of the like the pistol itself. It's not the Magwell. Now, if I put on different external geometry like that larger Magwell, yeah, that might be really like solve the problem. But the other problem that creates is like now I have to like get my hand around the magwell after I do a reload. I mean, it's like in my way. I can get my fingers and shit caught in there. Like and then it makes it more difficult to use, or maybe impossible. I don't know, depending on the design of that specific well. Maybe I can't even use like the 17 round magazines that I have. I might need to get new base pads for the 20 rounders that I have already. And like I want to use those magazines, and I genuinely don't want this thing to be bigger. It doesn't need to be bigger to me. I just it's the bevel on the inside. You can't see it due to the well, you can a little bit. It's in here, right? It's not the magwell itself. It's in here, um, where it's just there's just a sharp edge all the way around, and that's what I have a problem with. Like I again, I genuinely don't want a bigger magwell. It's kind of like the flip side to these big paddle safeties. Like I'm dealing with this one fine, but if this paddle was any bigger, um, it's difficult to get my thumb around the thing to punch the mag release, and I find that annoying. So I don't know. I'm not too bent about it. I mean, I'm sure I'll get it sorted out one way or the other. Oh, follow up comment on that. Big Magwell has the same problem. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't think it's not the Magwell. It's like I don't want a bigger Magwell. Just me. All right. I just picked up my Staccato XC yesterday, and I can't seem to put it down. I already have 1,000 rounds through it in one session. I think I've been bitten by the 2011 bug. Really love the 2011 track you've been on. Please keep it up, and thanks again, brother. Yeah, you know, I'm shooting what I just kind of go where they send me, right? I'm shooting different guns and having a good time. The 2011 thing's fine. To me, like people are like when I say, "Oh, this is a good gun," it's kind of like if I was making a car comparison for you car geeks. This is like a GT3 RS, right? It's expensive, it's fast as hell, it should be pretty rugged. Like you know, it's a raced out car. Like it's cool, but like if you're buying a car like that, your expectations are going to be pretty high, and it's the car that you'd want to buy for like hard use, like on the track. Like I wouldn't buy that just to sit in my garage. So a pistol like this, like a very nicely put together 2011 to do 2011 things. Um, for a competitive shooter that wants to shoot at 2011, you know, this is an expensive pistol, but they're going to be banging on it a lot. It's going to be a hard use pistol. They're going to want one that's put together properly, and it's like for those type of people, this makes sense. I mean, I see a lot of people come through classes with Atlas and pistols, and they're shot a lot. They're used a lot. I see less, but I see MPA pistols come through as well. I see a lot of staccatos, that kind of thing. These things are shooters. People are buying these to shoot. I'm not saying I've never seen a platypus. I mean, I think I've seen one or maybe two come through classes. Um, like, like guys that are like hardcore shooters are typically going to be buying, something like this if they're into the 2011 thing. All right, first, thanks for bumping the Atlas wait time to 24 months. Second, thanks for making the wait suck a bit less. Well, I'm here to help. Um, yeah, all right. Ben, you don't need to Dremel your Atlas to fix the mag hangup issue. Oh no, but I want to. I want to Dremel it a little bit. The Atlas Alpha Magwell, the big fat ones, will turn the mag straight from 89 degrees. There are larger magwell with a narrow opening with a continuous contour, so the mag will not get stuck no matter how bad your magazine alignment is upon insertion. I ditched the tactical magwell that came on my Athena for large hands Alpha magwell, and I've enjoyed it a lot more. Besides, pretty sure if you Dremel that area, you're going to ruin the grip panels. Oh, I don't want to do that. Hmm. Maybe I might have somebody else Dremel it. I don't know. Let's keep rolling down here in the comments. Anything else interesting here? I think there's quite a few banger comments. Let's go to the newest. All right. It's not a bad gun, LOL. We're so effing disconnected from reality. How much does this gun cost again? Yeah, exactly. It better not be a bad gun. Well, to be honest, you can spend a lot of money on a gun that's like decorative, that's not even meant to be like shot a lot. I mean, a lot of times if you're spending that kind of money on a pistol, that is what you're buying. Now, these don't look, I think they look cool. Like they don't look blingy, they don't look extra. So I don't know how many people are like buying atlases to collect them. Probably they buy something else. What optic is it? This is the RMR HD or whatever the hell it is, the new one. It's again, it's fine, fit for purpose, I would say. All right. Imagine claiming to be a top tier gunsmith and not properly blending a magwell. Unacceptable at any price point. Like again, the magwell's blended to the frame. There's not a hard edge there. It's inside. It's the bevel inside the frame itself. Yeah. Okay. All right. They've got a lot of guys. I either get the competition magwell or the Chile XL magwell for it. Who'll have no issues with mag insertion. No, I'll get my fucking finger stuck in the magwell. It will be. I'll have an issue. It'll just be a different issue probably. All right, they should include sandpaper for that grip. That'd be really great. The one that they're sending to me, they are going to sand it down. Like I do, the grip is a bit too much for me. For soft hands, Ben. All right, next one. How would you rank the 2011s that you've shot? That's a little bit tough because I've shot a lot, but as far as like shot properly, where it's in my holster and I'm like really banging on it for thousands of rounds, that's a lot less. I pretty much just shot the staccatos and the Atlas. In that kind of context, like I like like I like the shooting feel and experience of shooting the staccatos. The Atlas is better. Like again, the stuff that I like. I mean, I shoot it better. The 45-degree safety changes the game. Um, the trigger is better, but that doesn't matter a whole lot. The 2011 triggers and the other ones are already pretty easy to use, right? This just feels better balanced in terms of like the reciprocation of the slide compared to the XC. Uh, it's not it's not like an earth-shattering difference for most people. If you're thinking you're like, oh, I'm gonna spend, I don't know the price, like what, like 2 grand more or something, like you're gonna spend more, and it's gonna be like some percentage better. It's like I don't think it's not really gonna be like that. Okay, I'm getting a vibe. Are you making a comeback? No, not really. All right. Wow, your hair looks ready for the red carpet. Yeah, well, yesterday I was looking better. Today I'm a little bit dustier. We had an event last night. All right. Running a Shadow 2 since I started USPSA last year, saving up for an Athena. Seems like most people are going to limited optics. Hopefully I'll have one by Christmas. I also hope to see some of your classes closer to me in Illinois. I would love to take a couple. Yes, I'm not too far from Illinois in the summertime. There's not that many classes I do up there. All right. I took a break from USPSA for a few years. Where does 9 Minor 2011 compete? That's limited optics. It's got its own division. And it's kind of weird, right? It's like not too terribly different to carry optics in terms of what you can use. Like you can use a big heavy pistol in carry optics. You just can't use the single action trigger and the magwell. That's the problem. So you can have something that's pretty close in terms of the shooting dynamics in carry optics. All right, I love the electrical tape. It's great to keep in a toolbox or range bag in case of a cut. Yeah, so I taped up yesterday. It was cloth tape with electrical tape over it, if that gives you any idea. All right, next one. I don't believe I've heard you wax as poetic about your staccato XC. You sounded reluctant to praise the XC, where you sound more enthusiastic about the Atlas. Yeah, well, there's a different set of expectations with the Atlas. Like the reason I'm not dropping this one on its nose on Instagram, you're like, oh, fucking drop test this bitch. Just like, well, Atlas isn't marketing this to cops and saying it's drop safe. So you know what I mean? Like I'm not inclined to do that. Um, with the XC, like the discussion and kind of looking at it at that time, it was like, Well, is it a duty pistol or, blah, blah. I was looking at it through a little bit of a different lens. The XC makes no sense for USPSA because of the comp. I mean, it's cool. Like, I enjoy shooting it. Don't get me wrong. I love my Titan. I could use a second. It is the one, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. I mean, I like it. I mean, but to be to be fair, there's really not much in it between the Atlas and the Athena. Like sorry, between the Titan and the Athena, they're like not that different how they shoot. One other thing that might color my opinion right now is I'm shooting relatively hot ammo, and shooting softer ammo through this gun, I might feel a lot different. Like the ammo I'm shooting is hotter than most commercial ammo you'd buy in the US. It's like pushing over 1300 feet per second with 115 grain out of this gun. Um, it's fairly stout. Like the Blazer brass that I shoot is way softer. So the heavier slide with the softer ammunition, I might have a very different opinion, or at least a little bit different opinion. But again, there's not much in it between them. All right, so you're saying a Glock is still better. So, well, if I was buying guns for a bunch of people, like for like 100 people, I'd probably buy them Glocks. This would make no sense. No sense. All right, flat face trigger simps on life support. Well, I don't know. It's mostly like it's a fitment thing, man. It's not that the flat shoe is bad. I mean, it's just to me, if I had a little curve in there, I would like how my finger would lay on it a little bit better. Because I think it's a medium curved on the staccato stuff, and that fits me okay. Like I like that. Again, it's not like one's better than the other. It is getting it fitted for you. All right. Armorer's Wrench replies, I wouldn't use a Dremel to blend anything. Use a straight die grinder with a stone. If you go in there with a Dremel and a carbide burr or HSS cutting bit, you are going to fuck that thing up. All right. You're using a lot of terms I don't understand, sir. I might just make somebody else do it. That's really the solution when it starts getting a little bit hard. It's like pass it off on someone else, right? It's not an issue with the Magwell, it's the aluminum grip. The steel mags bind in the aluminum depending on the insertion angle. Only fix for that is plastic or steel grip. Well, no, I mean it's the bevel, man. Maybe the plastic would mitigate it, but it's not going to fix it. What one of these with like a plastic grip does seem like kind of like an interesting idea to me. I know that sounds like sacrilege to the Atlas nerds, but it's kind of interesting idea. All right. Well, there we go. There we oh. Thanks for checking in. What would I expect for $5,600? A properly blended Magwell. A Magwell on my far less expensive MPA DS9 is terrific. Perfect. The Magwell on my even less expensive Bull Air is great. I'm not sure what Atlas is thinking here. I have a Titan incoming. Should be here today or Monday. Fun to compare it to. Okay. If I love it, I will reluctantly take a Dremel to the Magwell. Yes, that'll be fun. That will be fun. All right. Well, there we go, guys. I'm selling out. Well, not really. What is it when you like buy a thing that and then talk about it? I don't know. I bought Atlas out. Maybe that's how we think of it. But that sounds a little weird. Anyway, I'll keep it going. We'll see what I come up with as I continue shooting the gun.